Namaste, my beautiful beings of light. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jeanette, and I am a high vibrational being. I am everything that there is. I am as it is above, so is below. What is in, what is out. I am that I am. I am here as a messenger of the Most High. I am here to help the collective raise their consciousness. I am here as a healer. I am here to help. I'm not here to hinder, hurt, slave, do hoodoo, voodoo, magic against any being, against anyone. I am here to help. And for those who think of me as something else, that's something that you need to deal with within your own soul, within your own being. I never will judge, hurt anyone, physically, mentally, or emotionally. I am healed from all the trauma, from all the generational curses, from all the hoodoo, from all the voodoo, from all this, from the enslavement of the matrix. I stand in my power. I am a sovereign being. I am a galactic being. I am a spirit within this body, within this vessel, who is here once again to help, not to hinder. I channeled some messages earlier. It's just somebody is very emotional at this moment. That's their energy. I stand in my power. I do not allow any energies. I feel I'm very empathic. I feel your pain. I feel your hurt. I know when you're sick. I know when you are in danger. I know when you are doing things that you think that nobody's seeing, but we see you. God sees you. Remember that. So God said, let my people go. Moses said, let his people go in Egypt. Malcolm X was another one of our leaders who fought for the rights of Malcolm X was an American Muslim minister and human rights activist who was a prominent figure during a civil rights movement, a spokesman for Nations of Islam until 1964. He was a vocal advocate for Black empowerment and promotion of Islam within the Black community. Malcolm X was a minister, leader in the civil rights movement of supporters of the Black nationalism. He urged his fellow Black Americans to protect themselves against white aggression by any means necessary, a stance that often put him at odds with the nonviolent teachings of Martin Luther King. What was Malcolm X fighting for? Malcolm X commanded whites, whom he referred to as the white devil, for the historical oppression of blacks. He urged for black power, black self-defense, and black economic autonomy, and encouraged racial pride. His charisma and oratory skills helped him achieve national prominence in the Nation of Islam, a belief that merged Islam with black nationalism. After Malcolm X's assassination in 1965, he sold his best book, autographed by Malcolm X. So this is a history, and I'm going to also Martin Luther King also had a dream. Sorry, just trying to find the speech. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at a table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day even the state of Mississippi, a state sweating with the heat of injustice, sweating with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into the oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the context of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification. One day down in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exhausted, every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope, this is our faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out the mountain of despair, a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discourse of our nations into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we are able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. He also said to go to jail together, but I chose to take it out because we're not going to go to jail. We will not be put in that position. We will be free. We will be free in a way where we are going to be able to speak from our hearts and not fight violence, and be able to communicate with one another without being aggressive towards one another, without looking at each other's skin of the color of who we are. or to look at our social economic status, but to look within our hearts and acknowledge that we are all different, but we all came from one divine being, God. And He put us on this earth not to be greedy, not to take ownership, because everything on this planet is of the Creator. It's not mine, it's not yours. It's for all of us to share equally. Not slander, not kill our children, not poison them with drugs, not sex traffic them, not exploit them, but to teach them how to grow the food, the vegetables that our ancestors have been doing since the beginning of time. This is the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty. Of thee I sing, land where my father died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be is to be a great nation, this must be true. And so let freedom ring from the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire. Let freedom ring from the mightiest mountains of New York. Let freedom ring for the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania. Let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado. Let freedom ring from the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from the Stone Mountains of Georgia. Let freedom ring from the Outlook Mountains of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And when this happens, and when we allow freedom to ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up the day when all of God's children, black men, white men, Jewish, Gentiles, Protestants, Catholic, will be able to join hands and sing the words of the old Negro spiritual. Free at last. Free at last. Thank God Almighty. We are free at last. Ooh, very powerful speech. Very powerful. It holds dear to my heart. I feel my ancestors are present here. I feel the pain that they had to go through in order to be free, have freedom for their children, which was taken away from them. But still, they believed that one day their children, who are us, at this moment, present in this time, in this moment, in this era, and this new shift of this planet that is going on in this world at this time. That we will be free of corruption. We will be free of enslavement. We will be free of sex trafficking. We will be free of being poisoned, being sex objects, bowing down to false gods, being free of the mind controlling that has been placed for thousands of years. But God said, enough is enough. Enough is enough. His children will be free. They will have their birthright. They will have their inheritance. They will be able to spread His message of love. Throughout all cultures, throughout all religion, throughout every social platform, we will be free. We are here as His children, reincarnated again to bring balance into this planet. And our forefathers have always fought for justice, for the enslavement of their children. And as I sit here today, I am fighting for all those who have been killed, murdered, sacrificed, sex trafficked, raped, abused, from the highest presidential seat, the music industry, the medical industry, all who participated in the injustice of the enslavement of humanity, of our animals, of our food, of our air. The enslavement of women, the sex trafficking, the death of children. You no longer have that control anymore. No more. I speak of this because I experienced this. I don't talk because I don't know what it is, because I saw it in a book. I speak of it because I see it and I am in it, and I have been, and my family has been hurt and killed by very dark entities that have done the injustice. I lost friends. I almost lost my life. But I learned how to stand in my power. I learned God has placed me in places that I needed to be in order to view the corruption within every agency that I have worked in, which God has placed me in. I've seen that. I experienced it myself. I experienced discrimination because of my color, because of my gender, because of my social economic status. But they didn't know how smart and intelligent I truly am, or the purpose where God has placed me in these places for. I stand up for those lives who are lost, sacrificed, for people in higher places that use lives in exchange for power, who use babies in exchange